Today, we're going to install and implement the Jira plugin for Comparative Agility. Essentially, this requires 4 steps. First, we're going to go to the Atlassian marketplace and install the Jira plugin. Then, we're going to generate a unique API key from Comparative Agility and connect that to the Jira plugin. Then, number 3, we're going to configure our Jira setup so we know exactly where the stories will appear in our Jira project. And then lastly, we're going to start importing Comparative Agility insights into our Jira project. It might sound a little bit confusing right away, but it's quite simple. So we're just going to go through this step by step and just follow this video. The first thing we're going to do is install the Jira plugin, and we find that in the Atlassian marketplace. As you see, I'm here at the marketplace.atlassian.com. And now we're going to search for Comparative Agility in the marketplace. Once we do that, we can actually find the plugin itself. We click on that, and now we can install the plugin to our Jira instance. It's pretty simple. You can see that there's a description of what the particular plugin does. It talks about some ratings, and what you can do is you click on Get It Now. The application is completely free, so it doesn't cost us anything. When you click on this, there will be a warning just talking about what the particular app does and what kind of permissions we get, and then click on Get It Now. When you do this, the application will be installed in your Jira instance. Now, when we check out our Jira instance, we can now see that Comparative Agility is listed here under Apps. That means that Comparative Agility is successfully installed as a plugin for Jira. Now what we're going to do is find the unique API key. To do that, all we need to do is log into Comparative Agility, click on Settings, and then find Integrations. Once we click on Integrations, we will enable the Jira integration by clicking on this toggle. Once we do that, a unique API key will be generated, and that's the one that we will copy and use in our Jira setup. So we have the unique key now, and what we're going to do is go to Comparative Agility in Jira. When we click on that, we need to make sure that we can allow access, accept all of these settings, and then you can set up exactly how you want this to be configured. In this case, I'm going to set this up for a certain project that I have set up. I can then decide whether I want all my items to be tasks or stories or bugs or epics. I'm going to do story in this case. I will assign everything to myself. So I'm just going to type in my name to get that going. And then I type in the API key. I just copy and paste that particular key. And once I set that up, that's it. Now I have made sure that the items that I now get from Comparative Agility can go straight to my intended location in Jira. Now that we have installed the Jira plugin and we have identified the unique API key from Comparative Agility, we're now ready to actually take these items in Comparative Agility and bring them over, import them, if you will, to Jira. So how do we do that? Well, here's a basic report that I just ran. And you can look at the items on that report. Here's the typical strength and the key opportunities. And you'll notice there's a little icon here to the right. That particular item indicates that I can import that item from our report here in Comparative Agility to Jira. So if I click on this item here, our team is goal-oriented. I'll click on this, and suddenly now that item has been exported. Now, where it has been exported is right here. You see, our team is goal-oriented. It means that the item isn't quite in Jira yet. It is ready to be exported. So I'm going to look at a couple of others too. Here's growth recommendations, for instance. This is around team orientation. Here is a question called, our team operates in an environment of psychological safety. I'm going to also import that one. So you see now that I have 2 items here in exports. These 2 items are now ready to be imported into Jira. Now, I can look at them a little closer. If I look at this, for instance, we can edit before we actually import them. This is the particular item. We can also mention a couple of things around this. Make sure to deploy training. Just to make sure that this is the item that I include in here. It is now ready to go, and we can now take these exports and import them directly into Jira. all you do now is you click on the app icon here. Here's the Comparative Agility app icon. Click on that, and what you see will happen is the items that we just identified as being exported are now in Jira. Here they are, and they actually look exactly the way they were in Comparative Agility. Here's the first item. Our team operates in an environmentally psychological safe environment. You can see it actually includes all the recommendations. I can now add that to the backlog right away if I want to, or I can edit this further if that's something I'd like to do as well. So I'm going to import this to the backlog right away, add that to the backlog. And here's the second item. Our team is goal-oriented. And you see here, this is the item that I edited in Comparative Agility. I can now also add additional context to this if I'd like to. So this could be conversations that we have with the team or things that I just remembered that we really should be clear on. So deploy training and look at our learning management system. Just something I want to add to the story. I can now add this to the backlog. And once this is done, all the items will be found right here in the backlog. When I look at the backlog, you can now see, here's the items. Our team is goal-oriented, and our team operates in an environment of psychological safety. I can then move this wherever I want, maybe to an existing sprint if I want to, or whatever else I want to do once I'm in Jira. This is completely up to me. The point is, I was able to successfully take these items from Comparative Agility with all the analysis that entails, and then bring it over to Jira. Quite effective and quite useful in many cases. I hope this was useful. Thank you.